Hey guys, this is Kelly from Awakened Health Abundant Life, and I wanted to bring you a video today because it's been so long since I brought you a video. And I wanted this video specifically to be a little journey for you I just want to guide your awareness into places and spaces where you might be blocked and didn't even know it. Because sometimes without working with somebody, with some sort of a healer or practitioner, it's hard to see our own stuff because we've just been in it for so long that we just can't see it. So I hope that this will be helpful for you. And specifically today, I wanted to talk about what it is that's happening when we feel so unfulfilled at like a really deep level, and where we get to a point in our life where we know that we're not doing anything with ourselves that's really giving us any core deep fulfillment. We know that we're just kind of coasting through life. We know that we're just going through the motions, getting up, going to bed, doing it all over again. One day blends into the next. And we know that that's not maybe what we're really meant to do, but maybe part of us also believes that, oh, that's just the way life is, right? But thinking about believing that should give you a little like twist in your stomach, because it's crap. But I wanted to explain to you what's actually happening. What's happening in your consciousness, in your energy body, and with every aspect of yourself when you feel very unfulfilled and cannot find anything that will fulfill you. And when we feel this level of unfulfillment, we'll try anything. And that means this is where we get addictions, where we start eating uncontrollably or more than we should just because we're bored, when we start drinking more, when we start spending money and just buying things and shopping, we watch more TV, or we have any type of addictions, whether it's sex addictions or food addictions, drug addictions. When we do, we can even have exercise addictions actually, because we're looking for something to give us a little bit of an endorphin rush, to make us feel better for a minute, because we're looking for fulfillment. And those are the only ways that the mind knows how to fulfill you. So it says, here, try this. It's like sticking a bubba in a baby's mouth. Here, have this. But it doesn't work, at least not for adults. So what's happening? This is what's happening. So when we don't feel fulfilled, it's because our second chakra, and you don't have to know anything about chakras to understand this, but I'm going to explain it to you from this level. The second chakra is all about joy. It's where we are connected to our emotions. It's where we're connected to what it is that we need. It's where we where we have the ability to ask for what we need. It's where we receive what we need. And it's where we allow ourselves to enjoy the things that we have. And a lot of us might be saying right now, yep, can't do that, don't do that very well, really don't do that very well, right? So if you can't ask for what you need, if you don't even know what it is you need, and if you can't let yourself receive and enjoy what you need, how are you ever going to find fulfillment with anything? This is the place we need to work when we start really doing the deeper work in any part of somebody's life. How does that happen though? Let me tell you how it happens, and this might turn this big light bulb on for you. It happens because at some point in our very early years, sometime between being a child and 7, 10 years old, maybe 14 years old, we got the message, either advertently or inadvertently, so it can be verbal or nonverbal, that it was not okay to ask for what we needed. We got the message that what we needed was not going to be met, our needs were not going to be met, and we decided not to even ask for what we wanted because it wasn't safe, or we weren't going to get what we needed. And we decided that being connected even to what we're wanting and feeling that yearning was so painful because we weren't going to get what we needed. We weren't going to get that we decided to shut it off. And this, when I say decided, this isn't like a conscious choice that you made as a child. It's a child's brain is developing. It quickly makes these micro calculations and forms neural pathways with decisions and choices because all you're doing as a child is you're trying to make a map of reality so you know what you need to do to survive. It's the primal brain that's working here. So let me explain this a little bit more deeply. So say you lived in a household and you needed something at a very, very fundamental level, meaning you needed more love. You needed to have your parent or whoever was raising you make you feel like you mattered. You needed to feel safe and protected. You needed just to feel loved. You needed something at a very core fundamental level. So those are the fundamental things that we need. So if we feel for some reason like we can't ask for that, rather than let ourselves feel the pain of needing it and yearning for it and knowing that we're not going to get it, and maybe we asked for it and we were rejected, we were denied, we were laughed at, we were made to feel weak, we were made to feel needy, or there was just nobody to ask, that part of us will shut down, because in our little kid brain, our map says, okay, don't ask for that because I'm going to be rejected and that's too painful. So I'm going to just shut that entire part of myself off. I don't want to feel. I'm not going to feel what it feels like to be connected to the things that I need, because if I continue to feel that, I'm going to be emotionally incapacitated. If I continue to feel that and that need continually is not met, I'm going to be emotionally incapacitated and I'm not going to survive. That's basically what's happening in the little kid's brain. Again, not consciously. This is at the level of the subconscious. Or say it was something material that you needed. You needed lunch money. You needed sneakers. You really wanted to go on a trip with your school, but you couldn't. But you knew that you couldn't ask because there was going to just cause a ruckus in your household. All those things that we're needing and we're wanting, we learned to shut that off. We learned to shut that off because the pain of feeling it and not having it be fulfilled is too much for a child. So we say, I'm going to disconnect from what I want. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to know it. And I'm certainly not going to ask for it. So those coping mechanisms, and that's what they're called, is coping mechanisms, get us through life and get us out of the parental household. But those coping mechanisms don't stop working. They don't just shut off as soon as we get out of the parental household. They keep going. So all of a sudden we're an adult and we're disconnected from what we need at a very fundamental level. We can't ask for what we need because we don't even know what it is. We don't even know what it is we want, right? How many times have you said that when someone says, what do you want for your life? What do you want? And people say, I don't know. This is why we are adults and we can't, we have so much trouble and so much ick around receiving, around asking, around knowing what we even need. At a material level or at a very fundamental core level, right? And those fundamental core things are what you've been trying to fulfill your entire life and you may not have even known it. As we try to fulfill them through our material possessions. We try to fulfill them through our relationships. We try to fulfill them in many ways, but it's never going to work because you can never fulfill yourself from something outside of you. It has to come from the inside. So does that make sense to you guys? Just feel free to leave comments here. But when we can actually tap into what it is we need at a fundamental level, maybe it's I want to feel loved. I want to feel like I matter. I want to feel like I'm somebody. I want to feel like I'm free to be whatever I want to be. I want to feel like I'm important. I want to feel like I'm accepted and loved and approved of. These are very basic needs. But those basic needs are exactly what you've been trying to get your entire life from all of your actions and all of your interactions with people, whether you've known it or not known it. So we've got to go in and we've got to give that to ourselves. And this is work that I do with my private clients one-on-one, is we really go into all that second chakra stuff and we hash it out and we fill it up and we break down the walls so that all that energy can move up through the chakra system like it's supposed to move. And then we end up feeling so fulfilled so happy, so like at a very deep level, core level fulfilled, right? So that then we know what it is we want, and we know where to direct our energy, and we know what's gonna even make us feel even more fulfilled, what's gonna resonate with us, what's gonna make our life even more joyful. And we can drop those old patterns of things that we've been doing that just don't fulfill us. So there is an exercise that I can do with you guys, but I'm not going to do it on this video. I'm going to do it in a private Facebook group, and I'm going to put a link down here so you can join that if you want to go through that exercise with me and see what it is you've been really, really wanting. If you're still like, I don't know what the frig I even need, this exercise will help you find out exactly what that is. So I'm going to do that probably not this week, but next week. The link is going to be here, so check back here. And that's all. Leave any comments. I love to hear from you guys. And if there's anything else that you need that you would like me to post, please let me know. And that's it. So I hope you all have a great day. Bye. In the video. But this is where we get those, when we feel like we're carrying around this constant heaviness or this feeling of depression or disappointment or sadness, you know, and it's kind of just living in the background and something that's been with us our whole entire life, just this heaviness. It comes from when we chose to shut all that down, but then we're still carrying that disappointment of I'm not going to get what I need. And we become very small and we live in a depressed state, or what I call just this constant feeling of disappointment or sadness, of that knowing I'm never going to get what I want. That's what that comes from. So in this world, we can actually clear that heaviness out as you begin to know that you can get what you need, and that you are going to get what you need, and that all your needs matter. So I wanted to add that in there too, because that's super important, because it's all connected, and I think that we all have that at some level in our being. So, okay, that's really it now. Okay, thanks guys.